What's going on, guys? It's Frank here with Riverside Bassin. I decided to kind of make a video while I'm editing in the new shop here. I kind of wanted to do an introductory of who I am, kind of why I'm getting into YouTube, what some of my goals are for this year as we kind of get going. So I just wanted to take a minute, talk about it, and kind of show you what I plan to do here. So stick around and let's talk about it. So like I said, my name's Frank. I am a resident of Delaware, been here my whole life, and fishing has been my passion ever since I was a little tiny kid. I can remember being at my dad's house and just looking through all my lures, or I'd have this rubber fish that I'd sit there and wrap around his recliner, tied to my fishing pole and pretend I was fighting. And that was probably when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So it's just been one of those things I've always been passionate about, always had a love for, and almost a chronic addiction to it. I got really blessed a few years ago. I got to take over a little nonprofit called Real Expectations here in Delaware, which is a youth nonprofit to get kids fishing. I was actually one of those kids when I was in middle school and high school, and got to go on quite a few trips with them, a few tournaments out on the Nanticoke River. If you're local to here, you know that waterway. And then we would usually do a yearly trip for about a week up to Lake George, New York. And so I always had so much fun with it. It was just one of those things that I knew I wanted to be a part of and maybe make it bigger or better. And it was kind of funny, after we bought our house, me and my wife, after we got married, the gentleman that was the president asked me to kind of take it over as he was retiring and moving to the state of Florida. So I kind of took it over. It's a lot smaller, but I think a little bit more intimate than it was when I was in it. So me and my wife, we run a camp up in Pennsylvania where I call Fishing Adventure, and we take usually about 8 to 10 kids on a week-long retreat out in the State College area of Pennsylvania. So we take them and stay on Penns Creek at a church camp called Wesley Forest. And every year I try to build rods for them, make lures for them, and we usually have an awesome time. The past 2 years, we've caught over 700 fish in that week. So it's been an absolute joy. And kind of part of the reason why I decided to start YouTube is I kind of wanted to raise awareness for what I do as a hobby, but kind of to help raise money for that camp. So a few of the things I do is, one is I've kind of gotten into building custom rods. I usually just do it to raffle off a rod every year at like a fishing expo. But I'm interested in making a couple here and there for people. It's just a means for me to be able to put some money into the nonprofit. It's been kind of a really fun thing. There's a tackle shop called Red Mill Tackle that taught me everything so far that I know, and it's limited, but he's an awesome guy, and I definitely recommend going to him if you want a custom rod. But it's something that I've had fun with, and so I'm interested in keep going into it and keep learning. It's been a lot of fun. I got a lot of cool builds that I'll be recording, kind of showing you guys, so that way you know how to do it as well. But then if you are interested, you're more than welcome to find me on Facebook with Real Expectations Foundation or Riverside Knife and Lure Co. on Facebook. Either one of those two, you can message me and we'll definitely get something going. The other thing that I've been in for about 7 years now is painting airbrushing lures, mostly blanks as far as like knockoffs, but for me, they still work just as well. But something new that I'm getting into is painting for some lure makers. So I got some bluegills that I'm now sitting here painting for a guy named BC Bates. These are kind of the first test run ones, so you guys will be seeing them maybe even before he gets them. But it's something that I've really been passionate about. I did it at first kind of to make money. This was my get-rich scheme, and it is as far from that as it possibly can be. But I've had so much fun making them. It's been an awesome pleasure learning how to do stuff. I mean, some of my first ones here, this isn't quite my first, but this was one of my first attempts at a bluegill. This was probably 5 or 6 years ago now, and I was so proud of this. I couldn't believe how good it was. And now looking at it compared to something like this, it is just really, really crazy how far I've come. But yeah, again, I sit there, I post on Facebook on quite a few fishing pages, and just so that way I can try to make some money for the camp. And then that way we can sit there and buy everything we need from mud hole to build rods, tackle for the kids. So I really hope you guys enjoy kind of where I go from here. I'm really excited to grow this channel. Some of my goals for 2024 is hopefully 1,000 subscribers. It's a small, big goal, but I definitely think it's achievable. My biggest thing is I definitely want to be upfront. I want to be as clear of what my day-to-day looks like. I don't want anything like some of the big YouTubers, and I mean I might get there one day, but I just want to make fishing videos, rod building videos, lure making videos, videos of me just working the shop. I got a old bass boat that I'm gonna work on restoring. We just got our garage that's against this back wall here cleaned out, so I'm hoping to get the boat in there in the next month or two and get that started, and I think that'll be fun. Most of the ponds in Delaware you can't use a motor, so the motor doesn't work, but I want to sit there, get new carpet, get new seats, maybe a little bit of new tech, not too much, and get it to where it's usable, use it for a couple of years, maybe sell it for a little bit of money, and that way maybe I can get a nicer boat. But that's another thing I'm really looking forward to kind of getting started. So I really hope you guys enjoy what I make. I'm sure it's gonna be kind of rough and edgy for the first probably 5 or 6 videos, 10 videos, maybe 20 videos. But we're gonna try to make them as best as possible. I've really enjoyed the past like 3 or 4 months recording, learning how to take good B-roll, learning how to kind of make more of a cinematic, like John B is definitely, I think, one of the best right now as far as making cinematic fishing videos, especially on YouTube, maybe even, in my opinion, just even on television or documentaries. He definitely is phenomenal, and it's kind of been fun learning how to do that and learning what it takes and how many hours it takes to sit there and make just the action shots of the video before you even get to the talking points. So yeah, I'm really hoping you guys enjoy what I make. I'm gonna enjoy it whether it grows or not. I just hope that maybe I can get a couple lure sales out of it every once in a while. And like I said, reach out to me on Facebook, Real Expectations Foundation. I'll have it linked down in the description, or Riverside Knife and Lure Co. That used to be like the business page, so I still use it as far as messaging people and doing custom orders. The nonprofit page definitely is more geared towards just me sharing what we're doing on there and sharing some of the experiences that we have with the kids. So again, thank you. This is gonna be a short, simple video, but just wanted to kind of introduce myself. So I can't wait to meet some of you, talk to some of you in the comments, talk and just share my experience in the fishing world. All right, have a good one, guys.